Yeah, obviously in the offseason when we looked at the schedule, we thought that our toughest three-game stretch would be the first three games, and we are currently in the middle of that stretch. The one thing that should be good for us is obviously these games prepare you for your conference play. And last week at Wyoming, a very tough football team, a veteran football team. That came in here, and we knew exactly what type of style that they were going to try to play, and we needed to play clean. We did not get that done in all three phases, and we got to continue to do that to be able to play the type of complementary football that we want to play. For us, we have to create a brand of football that's going to be able to be long-standing for the season with our ability to be able to run the ball. We got to be great on special teams, and we have to be a good a team that can be better on defense. But we can't turn the ball over. We can't give away points. We want to fight to be in one-possession ball games, considering the type of team we were last year, and we know we are a much improved football team. But to be in those type of games, you have to play clean, and I think that's what's needed. Obviously, we have a big challenge this week in Michigan. They built their team the right way, and one that we can certainly emulate. Obviously, I work for Jim Harbaugh's brother for 5 years, so I know the DNA of the Harbaugh family, and they have a style that's very physical and demanding, and that's going to stress you out in all three phases. So we have a big challenge. We got started on the right foot today in practice, but we got to continue to stack days to be able to play our best football on Saturday. So with that, I'll answer any questions.
Coach, you mentioned getting to work under John Harbaugh. From watching the film of Jim Harbaugh, what are the similarities and what are the differences between their two kind of philosophies of coaching style?
Well, their DNA is quite similar. They want to start with a physically demanding style that's going to put you in stress and see if you're going to hold up for four quarters. And, Michigan is running a lot of plays that I'm very familiar with, a lot of plays that we ran in Baltimore. So, obviously, Coach Harbaugh went back to his roots, his Stanford roots of, being able to window dress, run schemes, but continue to attack downhill. They got about 4 or 5 concepts that they do a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different window dressing to really attack you downhill. And so it's going to be a big challenge, and we got to meet the challenge.
Are they running the ball more this year with him than they did in the past towards him?
Yeah, I think he's, in the NFL, the one thing that you do a lot of times is you build your team to beat your rival. And so obviously they have a philosophy that they think that they're building to try to probably beat Ohio State. And I think I read something just a minute ago that said they have the beat Ohio drill, which is a 9-on-7. So they want to be a physical outfit. That's their DNA. They have a good offensive line. They have good tight ends. They got 2 exceptional backs. And they got a quarterback that's going to manage the game. So, we understand what's coming our way. Yeah, we're building a brand of football, and for us, it has to start with our ability to run the football. We didn't run the football well in the first half, then we turned the ball over, but it has to start with our ability to run the football, especially in the Midwest. We're going to play in a lot of element games, and if the more that we can run the ball and lean on our offensive line, our tight ends, and our running back, the better our percentages of having a chance to win the game. And I think we stay committed to that, and we will continue to stay committed to building our team around that.
One of the things I noticed, was the biggest differentiations from last week was the offensive and defensive line size. It's kind of similar with Michigan this week. How do you prepare your team for that mismatch?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a physical challenge that comes along with it, and the one thing that we have to do a better job of is if you feel yourself getting moved, create a pile. make it dirty or make it dirty for the back or make it dirty for the offense. So you got to if there's a double team coming and you feel yourself moving more than you should be, you got to create a pile. I thought a couple times if we would have just created a pile, you make it dirty and a back bounce out. We had linebackers in position to make plays, and so that's what we have to be able to do. But at the same time, I don't think we're going to see this level of physicality, all season, the rest of the season. So we have to, what a great test for us. What a great opportunity to go out there and try to prove that we can hold up. And then that should give us confidence as the season goes along.
How do you judge how do you judge your run defense overall through the first two games? And what do you see having to clean up, if anything, heading into Michigan?
Well, we're playing, we played 3 exceptional run teams, and we have to play better on offense. I mean, the better we play on offense, the better we can be able to minimize the damage on defense. Last week we had 3 turnovers, so now Wyoming could stick to their game plan of, they had no problem getting into 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4 situations, none whatsoever. Where a lot of times you play teams, if it's 2nd and 7, most teams will lean on, okay, we want to pass the ball. Well, last week they said, you know what, let's get to 3rd and 3 and then figure it out. So we got to get people off schedule, but it also starts with our ability on offense to extend drives, to make people uncomfortable, to try to get the lead and make people play from behind. All those things go into changing up game plans of what our opponent sees.
From a player's end of it, I mean, one of the reasons why they would come to NIU is playing in games like this. I mean, you used to play, of course. I mean, this is something they always look forward to. They kind of circle the calendar saying, hey, we're going to play at a place like this.
Yeah, what a great opportunity. I mean, nobody gives you a chance, so there's no pressure whatsoever. The only thing that you should feel is, hey, can I go out there and play my best and get, Michigan to respect us and recognize who we are as a football program. And, that should be the excitement. 110,000 fans, they into it. What a great atmosphere. Embrace it. No different than we did a couple weeks ago down in Atlanta. Embrace the opportunity to go out there and try to play your best football.
How are you preparing your guys for that type of atmosphere with how loud it is? Are you doing anything special in practice this week, or is it the same old same?
No, I mean, we'll have some crowd noise, but, we've already played in the atmosphere that was I thought Atlanta was pretty good. So, we have experience with, silent count and being able to operate in the noise, and we're going to lean on that experience.
Will you have Rocky address the team, because he's played there twice, will you have him kind of address the team a little bit about what to expect there?
I mean, we try not to make it bigger than what it needs to be. It's the next opponent on our schedule, and we have to go play our best football. So we'll go with our normal routine of getting prepared for a game.
Is Rocky at all an asset for you guys preparing for this game? Is he working with either the coaching staff or with players and saying, hey, these are some of the things to expect from them defensively?
Well, I think if you do your research, I think their whole staff is new. They got about 8 or 9 new coaches on their staff. So what they did in the past really is insignificant to how they plan right now. I worked with their defensive coordinator for 5 years, so I have a pretty good knowledge of what they're trying to do. We spent a lot of time together talking about how to blitz people and attack protections and things like that, and he's incorporated a lot of those principles. So we have to use the 2 games that they played as that's what they're doing now. New staff, new schemes. So we have to base it on what they're doing now, not what they've done in the past.
Not going into any specifics, have you been adding things to the offense each week now? That every week they, go down the line and adding some things for this ball game too?
We continue to self-evaluate, what we're doing well, what needs to be improved upon to get us ready for the long haul of the season. So not necessarily adding, but, maybe taking out some things that maybe are not as good as we thought or may not be as conducive to playing the type of football we want to play.
What did you see with Rocky's interceptions last week got to do this week to not repeat that?
Well, I think, unfortunately, the quarterback position is one that people are going to be highly critical of. But two of the interceptions were deflected passes. In the third one, really that's on us as a coaching staff. We had an RPO off a counter play, and we put them in a bad situation. So we take full responsibility for that. That's something that we have to clean up because really the linebacker, he was following the pulling guard, which is what his job is, and it's a hard look for the quarterback to see. So we got to clean up things like that where we don't put him in situations that's not going to allow him to have success.
Coach, how important is it to get off to a quick start similar to the Georgia Tech game?
Yeah, I mean it's really important. The faster we can start, the better chance we have. So we started practice today with a special period to start fast. We went some good against good, and it turned out really well for us. I think we'll continue to carry that forward. We have to be able to be a fast starting operation, both offensively and defensively.
And then one last question. Blake Corum, the running backs, averaging about 80 yards a carry. What would you say, given the circumstances of this defense not performing their best, going into this matchup, what advantages do you think we have on them?
Well, I mean, he's an exceptional player. We worked a lot today on tackling. That's something that's going to continue to be worked on. But what I told our team today is, the Georgia Tech two backs, and these two kids are, probably as good as you'll see. And the great thing is, we got two guys on the scout team that's giving our defense a great look. Ontario Brown and Mason Blakemore. And unfortunately, we're very deep in the backfield. But under normal circumstances, those guys would be playing. But they a great look this week, and hopefully at some point we can maximize those guys and get them into some games with the ability to use the 4-game rule.
Have you kind of cut the season in half where you got the 4 non-conference and then kick it into the MAC right afterwards?
You said, have I done?
Done it in halves, like, the first half of the season, then boom, then you get the conference play.
Well, I think, obviously, the non-conference is the non-conference, and we try to keep that in perspective. I think we have played, this will be our third straight quality opponent that we played in non-conference. And, I think we have a pretty good idea about our football team, ways that we can continue to improve and try to make sure we hit in our stride once we get to the MAC.
How would you assess how using the hurry-up has worked for you guys so far this year? And going into a team that uses the hurry-up pretty much exclusively, does that kind of change the calculus one way or the other, how you use it?
Who you saying used to hurry up? Michigan?
Yeah.
No, they just line up and play. The hurry up has been good for us. It definitely creates some advantages. It creates some stress for the defense. But at the same time, we don't want to hurry up and get off the field. So we have to be very selective with how we use it, when we use it, the situation that we use it in. And we will continue to do that and evaluate that as we continue to move forward.
Has Ratkovich maybe giving you more than even you anticipated when he came here? You knew he could do a lot for this team, but has he even maybe exceeded your expectations? And how much does he complement Harrison Whaley and help take Whaley's run game to another level?
Yeah, I don't think I would say he's exceeded my expectations. I believe in the preseason I said I think this kid's a pro. If I was in Baltimore, I would be trying to draft him, and my expectation hasn't changed. I think this guy's an exceptional player. We got to find more ways to use him, find creative mismatches to use him. He can do a lot for us. He can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he can pass protect, he can run block. The more we can use him, the better. We got him for one season. Let's maximize that season to the best of our abilities. But this guy is a phenomenal player. I hope if he stays healthy, I hope they find a way to create a spot on all conference teams where they can honor a guy like that who doesn't really have a true position, but he does everything for an offense.
Talk about C.J. Brown, too. He seemed to have a really strong game. I know he's a Michigan kid going back home, so how pleased are you with what he's given you guys?
You know, he's really playing pretty good football for us. And you know, to go out there in the circumstance that he had to go in Georgia Tech, and then to have a full week to prepare. You know, you come down with double-digit tackles. You know, he's playing good football. We got to continue to keep him healthy and continue to work him. But he's gaining more and more confidence, and he's a much better player than he was last year. And that's something I challenge our staff all the time. Be unbiased in your evaluations. You know, just because a guy played a certain way one day or 1 year, be unbiased and evaluate him for what he's doing right now. And right now he's playing good football for us and giving us a chance to get the ball down.
Rocky, as someone who's already gone into Michigan and upset them, have you said anything to the team or speaking with the guys about this matchup this weekend?
Not really directly, no, not yet. I've let Coach Hammock do most of the talking, you know, address the team how he wants and say what he needs to say. The time will come where I'll say what I need to say too, but as of right now, we're just focused on what we can do on a daily basis.
You played, Rocky, in a lot of big venues. Does the big house have a different feel to it than these other locations? Is there something different about it at all?
Yeah, well, it's big, first of all. It's obviously the biggest stadium in the country. So, I mean, that was something that you noticed right away. Obviously, you walk into it, and it's much bigger than a lot of stadiums that you play in. So the environment's always really good there. But, you know, it's just like most of the Big Ten stadiums, you know, you can compare it to Penn State and Ohio State, and there's a lot of atmospheres that are similar, but it's a good place to play.
We just got to focus on being assignment sound next week and just not commit any self-inflicted wounds for fourth quarters. Well, it's just as important as stopping the run, so we just got to do what we're coached to do and make sure that whatever we do, we're listening to what the coaches are telling us to do and not just doing our own thing.
Like you said, I feel like we just need to stop the run more. You know, be more physical up front. Starts up front. You know, they got a good old line, and we got to come and match their effort.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even on top of confidence, it just affects the game. You know, they got to put another hat in the box if they want to defend the run. You know, so when Harry busts a 75-yard run, and they come out the next series and they put more guys in the box, that allows us to open up the passing game more. So beyond a confidence level, it influences the game.
It's very important. You know, our coaches on us about, you know, gang tackling, and we got to be big at that. So it's starting to practice now, and we gonna do good at that. Well, I know, you know, all the other Michigan people, they happy about it and they excited. But me personally, you know, never had my really family come and play, see me play games and stuff. So I got a lot of family coming, so that'd be exciting for them to come see me play finally.
Do we have any Michigan fans in the family? One of those states where, you know, it's like a religion up there.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll say my brothers, maybe, you know, but not on Saturday.
Yeah.
They'll be on my side.
I just try to tell them to just stay calm, stay confident. Usually when you're in a place like that, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it doesn't get as loud as it could. So just act like we're in practice and do what we do every day. Don't change anything.